WCC basketball action getting ready to tip off momentarily. Santa Clara visiting Loyola Marymount in lovely Los Angeles, California. We are ready to go for this one as both teams come in with 500 records. And the Santa Clara Broncos riding a 2-game winning streak. A look at the starting lineups for both teams. Loyola Marymount still looking for its first conference win of the season, Doug Christie.
You know, conference wins are tough. I will tell you more than anything, Dan, you could be a Gonzaga team who's ranked and go up against someone in this conference who, you know, even like a Portland team who they will be facing soon, and get a loss. Conference wins are big-time stuff.
All right, let's take a look at the keys to the game for both teams, starting with Santa Clara. Doug?
Well, you're going to need a big game out of Brownridge. It is time for him to step up and lead this team. He's been doing it all year. Not so much last game. I expect a big one. And then a good start. You're on the road. As I mentioned, conference wins are big-time stuff, so you got to get out on the Lions quickly. For the LMU, consistency. Coach has mentioned they've been up and down. It's a box of chocolates. What are you going to get from both of these guys, both of these teams? It'll be interesting to see how they do tonight.
All right, Santa Clara with the first possession of the ball game as we are underway here at Gersten Pavilion. Shot up off the mark, and it's going to stay here. There's a look at head coach Mike Dunlap in his 3rd year at LMU.
Got a chance to talk to Coach Dunlap, and I told him just the eye test from what I'm seeing from LMU, from his 1st year to now, they have improved quite a bit, and it's good to see. He's an LMU guy coming back to his alma mater, doing some good things.
Brownridge, the key to this offense, takes the 3 off the mark. Rebound going the other direction to LMU.
A guy that scores so many points, Dan, in Brownridge, you would think he would be, you know, selfish. But he's not. He's a willing passer, and he will move the ball as well as knock down shots.
LMU, a big team. They like to play through the paint, is what Coach Dunlap told us earlier.
Broncos come out in the zone, telling LMU, you're going to have to knock them down.
Talk about coaches with experience. Herb Sendek, one of the 3 youngest coaches in the NCAA with 400 or more wins. He joins Billy Donovan and Steve Alford, so certainly a lengthy resume for Sendek.
Oh, yes, he has been around, and a roommate of Coach Jeff Van Gundy at one time, and Jeff was a good friend of mine.
Nate Cratch with the 3.
Big fella can stroke it, 6'8", and he will knock it down, and also get in the post and do some things as well.
Good look, down low, big block by Cratch, doing it on both ends of the floor.
Cratch, tell him, get that shot out of here. Dan, LMU being, as we look right here, Cratch comes across. What does he say? Give me that. Swat it off the glass. I think he's thinking volleyball right there. Wrong sport. Very, very well done with the spike.
3rd year as a starter.
Coming out in his own and telling Santa Clara, you are going to have to beat it from the outside. So this will be a 3-point shooting game.
Rolls out for Healy. Brandon Brown with a nice pass, good ball movement here, but
Brandon Brown with the pocket pass right there, and he can drop some dimes. He comes off. You could even see a double-double from him because he can score it at the same time, but a beautiful little pass from him.
Turns it over, LMU going the other direction.
Both teams moving the ball from side to side. I like what I see out of them. One of the teams is going to start getting going, getting rolling, and that is what's going to bring that team out of the zone into a man.
8 seconds on the shot clock. Johnson kicks it out, around at the elbow off the mark.
5'8", getting that shot off is very impressive. A fall away, getting it up over the tree.
KJ Fagan with the 3. 5'8", he's listed at 5'11".
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, they do that from time to time.
You know, I try to tell people I'm 6 feet, Doug. Nobody believes me either. Santa Clara up 6-0 with almost 3 minutes into the game.
This was one of the keys for Santa Clara to get a win. Get out to a good start, and all of a sudden you see them out to a quick 6-0 lead. That really bodes well for the Broncos on the road.
Yeah, Fagan, an interesting story. He broke his foot in preseason practice, was basically out for 3 months, so he's only been back for 4 games. And boy, do they need him, because this rotation is basically 6 players.
Yeah, and when you talk about a guy hurting himself, coming back, it takes a second to get your wind. It takes a second to get your rhythm. But one thing that it doesn't take, he's got fresh legs. And right now, coming into WCC play, looking for a win, you would expect him to be aggressive along with Brownridge.
Well, through 4 games, Fagan, the second leading scorer on the team, as Santa Clara is up 6-0. LMU hoping to chip away here.
Elbow, 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 eye. Good.
You know, Dan, I always thought when I played, whenever there was a zone, pass fakes, that would move the zone a lot of the time.
It's Eric Johansson off the mark. Very active fan base you can hear behind us.
Well, they definitely have a shot clock in their favor when they run down. You hear them with the countdown. And actually, for a home player, it can be rather helpful.
And there we are, winding down here. Down low, that's Emmanuel Ndumanya.
That can work. Great defense, good timing.
Driver.
Quick passing. Inside out is what LMU tries to do. That's the veteran smart Johnson turning it over.
Trying with a little bit of interior passing from Mr. Johnson. Didn't work. Broncos 6, LMU still a donut.
Basketball is brought to you.
Job on your defense, but you guys got to wake up. What are they doing? They're packing everything, guys. So when you enter it in the post, this guy's going to have a wide open 3 on a split. Early on, get the ball reversed. All right? We're in fist 2, next time down. Defense down here. Fellas, you got to fucking wake up. You can see it. All right? You got to move the ball. And we have 3 turnovers. That means 3 times we didn't get a shot at the basket. And 2 of them are on you. You're standing out of bounds. How do you explain that? All right, fellas, that's what I mean by waking up. You got to go. All right? Get the fucking ball inside. Let's go. Come on, let's play. All right.
West Coast Conference Basketball is brought to you in part by Geico, saving you money on car insurance. And by the W.TV, all the action, anytime, anywhere. Welcome back to Gersten Pavilion. Santa Clara on top of Loyola Marymount, but it is early. 6-0, 15:51 to go in the first half. Nobody takes better care of the ball in the conference than Santa Clara, and they will need to, considering they're only going about 6 or 7 deep tonight. That's something we're going to be keeping an eye on. Injuries have been an issue for Santa Clara without 2 of their top 5 leading scorers in this game. So,
Dan, you got to know that Coach Mike Dunlap understands that Santa Clara is that limited. You keep throwing fresh bodies at them, get after them, push the tempo, and that will help you get a W.
Cratch off the mark on the 3. Here's Brown.
See, make or miss, Dan. You want to get after them because what you don't want to do for Santa Clara is you don't want to allow them to get set up in their zone. Because they are so limited with guys, you want to push the tempo, even if there's a make, even if there's a miss, and try to catch them not set up.
Checking into the game for LMU is Trevor Manuel. He's the transfer from Oregon. Very explosive and athletic. Keep your eye on him.
He would be what you call an X factor.
No doubt.
Yes.
Seen some of the highlights of him earlier in the year. He can do it from inside and outside. There's Manuel. 6 seconds to go on the shot clock. Brown trying to create, pulls it and hits it for the first basket of the game for the Lions.
Very nice by Brown. I mean, it takes his time, knocks down the shot, but you can see right there, you can get a double-double because he's going to drop assists, and if he knocks down some shots, he could be a difference maker to him.
Seconds on the shot clock. Crack. Looking for Fagan. Fagan for 3. Got it.
He has come back, and in his limited time on the floor, you can see he's got an overwhelming amount of confidence. He's going to shoot the ball, and he's knocking them down, which I'm sure for Coach, he's just over there going, thank you, Mr. Fagan.
Nice move inside. Doesn't fall for Stefan Jovanovic.
Stefan, you think going into the second round at Hawaii in the NCAA tournament and being a senior, that he would be able to monitor his fouls a little bit better. But Coach not thinking so not starting him and bringing him off the bench.
Yeah, this is a guy who averaged about 5 points, 4 rebounds per game at Hawaii last year. He was there for 3 years before transferring to LMU, and he's been a big part of the team this year, averaging 11 points per game.
I like Los Angeles, but who leaves Hawaii, man? I mean, goodness gracious.
Fagan.
Fagan is not faking, that's for sure.
He's not messing around,
is not. They are coming strong. And a lot of times, you know what happens when you get injuries and you got a limited roster, what it does is it galvanizes the guys. You know that you're going to get a lot of burn, a lot of run. You get aggressive. You don't think. You just play.
Steve Haney Jr. for 3.
Anything you can do, I can do too.
Fagan kicks it out. That's Hendrik Jaderston.
Big fella testing it from long range.
42, watch the high low. High low.
And I will leave you there with that pronunciation all night long, my friend. He will have a nickname by the end of the game. Mark my words.
I am very much looking forward to that, Doug. Muniz Tutu among the trees.
Oh, beautiful pump fake.
How about that? Jovanovic.
Jovanovic shows you 60% from the field. Beautiful footwork. We did it at the top, talking about him on the interior scoring the basketball. Nice pump fake. One dribble off the ball.
A skilled big man is Jovanovic. Good ball movement here. Fagan feeling it with 9 points already in the game. Kicks it out to Hendrik Jaderston.
Big Jade.
there you go already.
There you go.
I thought we were going to have to wait for a while, Doug.
No, we're not going to have to wait. If he keeps shooting, we are not going to wait at all. You know, interestingly enough, at the other end of the floor, looking at Brownridge, they run him off a lot of picks. He spends a lot of energy, and a lot of players, when they do that, they're like, look, if I'm going to spend that much energy, I'm going to shoot it. But to his credit, he moves the ball, continues to move the ball to his teammates, and they will deliver for him. As we see Big Jade right there, delivering down low.
I might just call him Big J too, Hendrik Jamerston. A lot of skilled big men in this game. Speaking of, Mayo, good.
Very nice ball movement by LMU. Side to side, that's what you want to do with defenses, and then catch them, you know, on a closeout, hands down, and dropping the three ball.
4-point game now, LMU chipping away. And this man, KJ Fagan, is on fire. Lighting it up from distance. Santa Clara on top, 14-10 with just over 11 minutes to go in the first half.
All right.
Down big early, Loyola Marymount, down by just 4 now. Due in part to really good ball movement. Mike Dunlap working on this during shoot-around this morning. Quick passes.
Yes. You know, I kind of, and then you look at Mayo in the corner, bang, 3-ball, swinging it from side to side. This is really good. I kind of attribute, Dan, to in hockey as well as in soccer, the quick second pass always gets the defense because they don't have the time to recover. The ball moves faster than the man. So if you move that ball around, you see it in the NBA with a team like Golden State. If that ball gets hopping, guys will get open. Then it's just a make or miss league.
You know, in hockey, you get credit for that assist.
Yes, you do. That is correct, because you really set it up, essentially.
LMU down by 4. Haney over to 2-2. Trevor Manuel, the shot clock winding down. Nice pass down low to Mayo. He can't get it to go. Rebound Santa Clara.
Great pass and great cut by Mayo. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to finish at the basket. LMU gets out of the zone, Dan, goes into a man-to-man, a little bit more pressure. I like that with a depleted Santa Clara team. You don't need to sit back in the zone. If you only have 6 players, we're going to put pressure on you.
Fagan's first miss of the game. You saw Mayo there, very aggressive player, one of the better athletes on this LMU team.
You used to get up like that, Dan? Just boing off the floor.
Oh, yeah. No doubt. Jovanovic.
Not to be outdone, I don't just do it inside at 60%. Steps out to about 17 feet. Nice little touch. Stefanovic knocks it down.
I don't care if you're a big or you're a guard. 60% from the field is not too shabby.
It is very, very impressive, especially when you have the confidence to take a shot like that. I mean, a really nice touch from Stefan.
Back.
Look, razzle, I see him. If you are going to score 2,000 points, you better make some moves like that. Very nicely done.
You got to have a little some of that, unfortunately for him. Trevor Manning, so get that stuff. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Backcourt.
I just think that might have just been his pinky toe there, Dan. It wasn't a whole foot, but he was on the line most definitely.
That was close, and that's something Santa Clara doesn't do very often. They actually have the best turnover ratio in the WCC this year.
Yes, protecting the ball. You know, you would think I was a coach, the fact that I've lost this hair, because a lot of coaches have lost hair over lust.
It could have just been your year with Orlando Magic. Who knows?
You are bad.
Mayo can't get it to go.
Like it.
An offensive foul there.
Good work by Amayo. You know, don't quit on it. You missed the shot. Then all of a sudden you transfer immediately from offense to defense. Pressure and Fegan in the backcourt. Push off, sells it. We are in Los Angeles. He deserves an Oscar.
You know, after you miss a shot, you're kind of angry, so you're a little overly aggressive. Generally, it doesn't work out that way, Doug.
It usually goes the other way because you're right. You are a little bit upset, and the aggression usually leads to a defensive foul, but he sells it, 2 hands in the air.
Two-point ball game. Haney got it to go from three-point land.
They are not afraid to launch the 3 ball and knocking it down tonight. That would be a big part of LMU's offense. If they can score 3, keep pressure on Santa Clara, it will bode well for them.
Yeah, Haney, their leading three-point shooter this year. A 13-2 run. And LMU gets the ball back, hoping to add to that.
They're playing really good defense against Brownridge. I mean, making him work, bringing him off picks. They're right there when he catches the ball and contesting all shots.
Ivanovic turns it over. KJ Fagan up and in. So that's just their second bucket as part of this run.
That would be a Euro step. But I'm going to call it a South American sidestep because last time I checked, Manu Ginobili was not from Europe. He was from Argentina.
That's a good point.
Yes, sir.
Well, that's deep.
Ray.
Got it right back.
Yes, good hustle. That's one of the things that kids learn, the tap back in Little League basketball. Shamar Johnson comes and gets a nice steal right there.
Shamar kicks it out to Brown. Brown for 3. Good.
What could Brown do for you? Downtown. Beautiful kick out by Shamar. Brown knocks it down from the team.
Foul call, Brown. Brown really is the engine that makes this team go. Little guy, I'll call him 5'11". Kevin Fagan a little bit taller than that. The second leading scorer on this Santa Clara team, and then here is Brown from downtown. Bam!
Slip in there and then come over to the ball side elbow. So the big is over here and get that hip and slip because they're switching small on small on the perimeter. All right? defensively. This time out.
Welcome back to Los Angeles. Loyola Marymount on top of Santa Clara by 2. Just under 8 minutes to go in the first half. And this has been the key for Santa Clara. KJ Fagan, just 5 games back from a broken foot, 3 for 3 from three-point land, 11 points in the game so far, Doug.
Yeah, Fagan today, 4 for 5. The rest of the team, 2 for 11. Fagan is not faking. 39 points in last 2 games and shooting, Dan, at a clip of 52%. 9 rebounds, 11 assists after a broken foot. You can tell he's got his confidence, he's got his swagger, and the coach has all the confidence in him. I guess you got to do that when you got 6 or 7 guys, though.
And by the way, he feels right at home here at Long Beach Poly High School.
And only a sophomore, so he's going to have some time to do some things.
Yeah, all-conference freshman team last year. Cratch, nice move down low. We've seen him do it from inside and outside so far.
Very nice move from him. And when you can shoot the 3 ball the way that he can knock it down, that's what sets up something like that. A nice little eye fake, pump fake, and all of a sudden he's down the lane before you know it.
Going the other direction, tied at 18 here at Gersten Pavilion.
I guess when I say eye fake, I'm thinking Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant, he just looks at the basket. Eye fake, maybe not so much with
slight little pump.
Yeah, with, you know, it's a little different with Cratch. But when you're knocking down shots, he might be able to get an eye fake.
Oh, here's Fagan, a little too strong off the glass.
Guaranteed that will be his easiest shot all night, and he
up and in. That's Brandon Brown, the little guy, just letting it hang up there off the glass.
Well, you know what Brown can do for you. He can deliver. We see him right here. A little hesitation, takes the harm, foul, go to the line. Oh, no count. Just the personal foul. They told us we are not in the NBA. There is no continuation.
Oh, how about that?
Understood, referee.
Emmanuel Indumanya on the foul.
Santa Clara stays in the zone. When you're limited with guys, you got to try to protect them from foul trouble, but also just from a stamina standpoint. You know you're going to play a lot of minutes tonight.
It's 2-2 down low off the glass, gets to go. 2-2 starting this game, not normally a starter. He's right on his average about 2 points per game this season.
Very nicely done. Whenever you're down there amongst the trees, you want some touch, you use the glass.
There's Fagan. He obviously did not hear your advice right there, but it paid dividends.
No, but when you're rolling like that, I mean, I'm pretty sure in a second, Fagan is going to try a heat check. it just, that's the way it goes. Expect it. It should be coming shortly.
13 points in the game for Fagan so far. Nice pass down low. Amayo gets it to go, and he's fouled.
Let me tell you, Shamar Johnson, I saw him on film as well when I was doing some research for the game, and a great interior passer. As you see right here, you stop him, but then guys know that he's going to drop dimes, so they're going to cut right there. A nice finish by Mayo.
Shamar Johnson, a captain on this team, one of the vocal leaders. And Mayo Misses the free throw. He's in his...
Being a vocal leader is a good thing because down low, you got the ball, you tell me, cut. Now I want you to cut hard.
Gotta hear him.
That's right.
Here's Fagan. He thought about it for a second. Crash.
Again, Crash looks at the three. They have to respect it. That's how he's getting into the paint.
Off the mark, Amaya on the rebound. Johnson, strong drive to the hole. That's no good. Here's Fagan. Brownridge, in and out.
Last game, he didn't have a great game as well. You know, sometimes when you're that good a scorer, you can start pressing from time to time, but one thing, he's not going to stop shooting, and once one falls, it could be a windfall.
Three-pointer to 2-2. The back of the 10. Spin move by Fagan. Looks like he gets tripped up there. They're going to call a foul.
I like young Fagan. I mean, he shows you that he can knock it down from the outside. He shows you he can finish earlier. And then he just brings it down, crosses over as soon as the defender jumps on one side. Nice spin move, keeping pressure on the defense. Big upside for him.
As you mentioned, he's a sophomore.
One, match up.
Speaking of heat check.
Oh, the look on his face after he shot that was, oh boy, that almost went in. He's rolling tonight. It's always good to come home, too. You know, he's probably got some family in the stands. He wants to play well, and he started out great.
Turnaround doesn't go for Manny. Fagan drops it off. That's Crotch.
Hey, Crotch, he's knocking him down at a high clip. And I'll tell you, when you can go outside and inside, so now you got Fagan rolling, you got Crotch rolling. When the defense close out, they're thinking shot. Now you can get into the paint. It bodes well for Santa Clara moving forward today.
Crotch can really step the floor. Down low this time. Jovanovic going baseline.
That's what 60% will do. That was an absolutely great finish. Contested, a little English off the glass.
First bucket of the game for Brownridge. He was 0 for 5 before that three.
Dan, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that won't be the last one.
I think you are most definitely correct.
It has a nice stroke, effortless, lets it fly.
See the hustle there by Amayo off the Brown wrist. Jared Brownridge, the leading scorer on this team, over 2,000 for his career, and he is climbing the all-time scoring list in the West Coast Conference. Gives the Broncos a 2-point lead.
Challenge. It's wide open. You got to slip out. You got a good job of trying to get out on it, but you got a body on top of him, make him back cut, and that's the challenge. Kelvin, eyes fucking here. Fellas, you got to move the ball and get it inside. I don't understand why we would go 3 passes in a bazooka NBA 3. Makes no sense to me. And when I pass, I cut. You got to cut. Low drag, 32. We've got 1. All right. We've got. I'm glad Moodis went to Horns. All right. And then you got to post up strong. You shoot a fadeaway because it's my turn shot. No, go in and then turn back. Gain some ground. Guys, 2 bad shots in the last 2 possessions. One's a fadeaway and the other is an NBA 3. All right. Defensively, we're letting up. You got to take that challenge on the on ball. We're pushing on him. Go under. All right? Square your feet. Gentlemen, we're in fist. All right, regular fist. This time down. We good? All right, I just don't like to see us waste possessions offensively. And we're not playing as hard.
Welcome back to Gersten Pavilion, a 2-point ball game. Santa Clara on top of LMU 26-24 with 3 minutes to go. And finally on the board is Jared Brownridge. And I say finally because all this dude does is score, Doug. 11th all-time in WCC scoring.
He's chasing an absolutely great one in Bo Kimball. And when I count there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 LMU guys. One of my favorites at number 4. I love competing against Terrell Lowry, a great player back in the day. So many good names on that. Of course, the great Hank Gathers. And this is Hank's house. We are in. And Brownridge is going to climb that list. I would anticipate that he has a chance maybe to get up to the top 5 if he continues to roll in WCC play this year.
Well, and it certainly helps him having KJ Fagan back in the lineup. It takes a little bit of pressure off him scoring, and Fagan clearly the primary ball handler.
Yes, when you say that, Dan, you're spot on from a lot of different standpoints. But one is they can't just lean on him all night. It's going to open Brownridge up for a lot of more open looks.
Nate Cratch, he's having a big game. 10 points so far for Cratch.
Yes, he's displayed the whole litany and arsenal that he has at his dispense. Outside shots, putting it on the floor. There we see a post up, nice turnaround jump hooks from Cratch.
Losing the ball there for just a moment is Trevor Emanuel. Then finally finds Jeffrey McClendon.
Great poise by as he's fallen out of bounds. Just takes his time. And LMU has been taught to cut when the ball gets down there, because that's the second time that you see a cutter come through and be delivered at the rim.
We talked about that. Boy, not very many college basketball games for Trevor Emanuel. Played just 8 games at Oregon before transferring to LMU. He became eligible on December 17th. KJ Fagan with the clock winding down, pulls the trigger, no good. Emanuel working on the baseline.
You can see he has the frame and the length. He's going to have to put some weight on, or not necessarily weight, but he's going to have to get a little bit stronger to be able to, hold his position down there and really get a good shot at it.
Healy with a short jumper. Manuel gets the rebound.
Shooter.
Santa Clara 28-26. He messed around, Dan. He came to a ball game.
How about that? There's the captain, still fighting for the ball. Shamar Johnson gets it to go.
Yes, relentless on the backboard, and he has the body to battle on the interior, and he uses it well.
Healy kicks it out. Jaderston can't get it to go, but there he is, Brownridge. He's having a tough night from the floor so far.
Yes, that's 1 for 6, 1 for 7.
1 for 6, I believe.
He's not going to stop shooting, and as he continues to shoot, it will fall for him. But right now, he does not have to worry, because his teammate is going to hold him down in KJ Fagan.
We have a foul called. Peter Herman checking in for LMU. Herman's one of the ones who got the start, not normally a starter, because they wanted to keep Jovanovic out of foul trouble. And you see Herb Sendek right there.
Tried to clip him and get a quick three-pointer off, but you got to make sure, get those feet set, and before you set that pick.
The W.TV is your home for West Coast Conference action, featuring more than 65 live WCC men's basketball games. Visit the W.TV from your browser, smartphone, tablet, or connected TV to watch live out-of-market games for free. The W.TV, all the action, anytime, anywhere.
You know, as we wind down this half, 28-28, and Santa Clara has a chance to push the ball up the court. I'm probably anticipating some type of triple screen or double screen for Brown Ridge. If not, you're going to maybe see a pick and roll with Fagan at the top, and for him to get something quick.
Fagan looks like he's going to take it by himself. And he had 3 guys on him. They were all about a foot taller, couldn't get the shot off. So we go into the locker rooms, tied at 28 at halftime. Here at Gersten Pavilion, Santa Clara hanging on with just 6 or 7 players that they're using in the rotation this game. It is a good one. LMU still looking for their first conference win of the season. Welcome back to Los Angeles. It is knotted at 28 here at Gersten Pavilion. LMU and Santa Clara at the half, a WCC matchup that has LMU looking for its first conference win of the year. Speaking of the conference, a busy day in the West Coast Conference. San Diego, with apologies to my partner Doug Christie, Downs Pepperdine, 76-68. Another pretty good team, BYU taking on Pacific at 6. You can see Gonzaga and Portland postponed due to weather in the Portland, Oregon area. And then you have 19th ranked St. Mary's taking on San Francisco at 8 p.m. Portland, we were hoping to get to see one of the better players in the league, the leading scorer in the WCC, Alec Wintering. Unfortunately, we're not going to be getting to see him tonight, but this is a pretty special kid, Doug.
Man, the first game that I worked, I got the pleasure of seeing young Alec, and I will tell you, whether it's right there what you see dropping dimes or putting people on skates and knocking down three-pointers, 24.5 points on 43%. He's got a motor, he's quick, he drops dimes, 7 assists, and for a little guy, 5.5 rebounds. He's flexing on them, Dan.
Oh, there's the beach. How good does that look? Everybody loves Los Angeles. It's always in the 70s, almost always sunny. Had a little rain lately, but not today. Tied at 28 at halftime. It's the Broncos and the Lions. We are back after this. The 2017 West Coast Conference. We are knotted at 28 at halftime in Los Angeles. Loyola Marymount, Santa Clara. It is a knockdown, drag-out brawl. The 2017 West Coast Conference Men's and Women's Basketball Championships will return to Orleans Arena in Las Vegas March 2nd through the 7th as the men's and women's teams compete for their ticket to the NCAA tournament. Visit WCCSports.com for complete event and ticket information. Welcome back to Loyola Marymount. We are tied at 28 at halftime. You know, both of these coaches, really interesting stories for these teams. Mike Dunlap, an LMU grad back in 1980, and he has NBA experience. He was the head coach of the Charlotte Bobcats before he came here.
Yeah, you know, talking to him before the game and just talking about culture and different things, he said, you know, more than anything, this is a setup, whether it's going to be me or somebody else, trying to get the culture back of respect and what has been here at LMU. He's just a great guy, as you know, Dan, just talking to him. You love what he brings, and you love the commitment that he has to the game.
Yeah, on the flip side, you have Herb Sendek. He's been the coach of the year in the Pac-10, back when it was the Pac-10. He's been the coach of the year in the ACC. 9 seasons at Arizona State, 10 seasons at NC State. He's also taken a team to the Sweet 16.
You got to know he's serious because he was under Rick Pitino. And Rick Pitino is a serious man, and Herb is the same way. And again, another coach who's trying to change the culture at Santa Clara. So both of these coaches in similar positions, just at different times right now.
In a very competitive conference, the West Coast Conference could get 3 teams in the NCAA tournament this year. Currently 2 teams ranked in the top 25. Off the mark there for LMU, but they get the rebound back, so they'll have another chance.
LMU starting on the interior as they dominated in the paint, 12-6 in the first half, going right back to the hole.
AJ Fagan over to Cratch. That's been their primary offense. Cratch called for the walk.
That's a potent pick and roll because you got one guy in KJ who can knock down the 3, get in the paint. He showed that he can finish, and then you got Crotch who showed that I can shoot the 3-pointer and I can go to the paint. That is a potent, and then you put Brownridge on the wing and you can't help off him.
Very uncharacteristic Santa Clara today. That's their 6th turnover of the game. We talked about how well they take care of the ball. They have not done that so far today.
Might want to turn the ball over. I'm just saying, he's very stoic, and you give him maybe that evil stank eye from time to time.
I'm sure they all know what that is. Cratch again with a little step-back jumper.
He's probably thinking, man, that was the same move I just tried. He probably traveling, but this time it worked.
He's probably waiting for the call again. We've all been there.
Yes.
So effective down low.
Man, really good footwork for him. Nice, he's patient, nice move. And then with a soft touch, that's the second time we've seen him with the hook shot. I can see why he's at 60% field goal percentage.
8 points in the game so far for Jovanovic. Loyola out to a 4-point lead. Cratch for 3. Off the back of the rim, they're going to get another chance here. Brownridge pass down low. Cratch thinks about the 3 for a moment, then drives and he's fouled.
Great offense by Santa Clara. I mean, that is patience of the highest order, passing up good shots for great shots. You've seen pump fakes, step throughs, good stuff.
David, the big man, and Umania getting in on the passing.
Oh, yes. And you like to see that because we mentioned Mayo for LMU with interior passing.
Cratch has struggled from the line this year, a 41% free throw shooter. Remember, while you watch West Coast Conference action, join the conversation all season long. Use hashtag WCC Hoops, and for the latest news and scores, follow WCC Hoops on Twitter.
You wouldn't think that. He has a good shot, especially from the 3-point line. He knocks him down. 40%.
Doesn't seem right, does it?
That was blindfolded.
Brandon Brown, nice pass down low. That's Shamar Johnson.
Shamar Johnson with the kiss in the palm, but I will tell you again, Brown with the pocket pass off the pick and roll. This is NBA style stuff, and you know that it's NBA style stuff because Coach Dunlap is coached in the NBA. Great pass from Brown. great finish as well.
Not a whole lot of finesse to Shamar Johnson's game.
No, he is built exactly for what I would say Ford Tough. He's going to go in, he's going to bang, he's going to use that body, and wisely so.
Former football player in high school, originally signed with Louisville to play football before he changed his mind and went the JUCO route and then ended up here at LMU.
I can see him playing football.
Tight end, defensive end. Big kid, 6'7", 250. Cratch and Healy working the two-man game. 10 seconds to go on the shot clock. Brownridge, Cratch pulls the trigger, no good.
You could see him just hesitating at the top. He's aiming it, just got to see it, trust it, let it go.
Jovanovic loses the handle. Johnson tries to get a hold of it.
Both of these teams, you can see, I'm sure the influence with Coach Herb Semdick is from Rick Pitino, NBA, Coach Dunlap. So you're seeing a lot of pick and rolls, things like that. I mean, it's everywhere in basketball, but you can see it tonight. Good movement, pin downs, as you see right there with Brown.
Browning with three. Just having a tough time getting anything to fall tonight.
Yeah, and as a scorer, you can start pushing. And that's probably what he's doing a little bit. He's saying to myself, I'm going to shoot my way out of it, and he's probably done it many times. When you score 2,000 points, you know how to shoot, you know how to score. He will keep it up all night long.
Brownridge, the leading scorer, again averaging just under 18 points per game. Brandon Brown on the inbounds. He's the leading scorer for LMU. Jovanovic gets the ball back. Johnson down low with the left hand, no good. Rebound going the other direction.
Interesting, Dan, when you look at Brownridge, 18 points a game, you say that is not in league, but in league play, not as much because guys really know his game, and they can. That's where I say league games are so tough to win. They are going to stay on him all night long.
Endemania fouled by Jovanovic. We are in the midst of a 6-point ball game here at LMU. 35-29. We're back after this.
Hey, come on, fellas. Right now, the time we gotta do it. Right now, the time we gotta do it. Just relax. Right now's the time, man. It's right now. We gotta do it now. Let's do it right now. Don't wait till the end. Do it right now. Hey, bad free throw shooter at the line. Make sure we box out. Bad free throw shooter.
West Coast Conference basketball is brought to you.
Do it right now.
All right, twist the mid. So bait them to come out here, and we're going to turn it down and bring it downhill here. Got it? Right on that, and you guys are coming up in here. All right, look for that little punch pass here, that shot in there, but play behind them. Come back up in here, see if you can get something on that. Got it? On their mid pick and roll with PJ. Show did a great job of showing out, winging out. All right, and then get back to the lefty. They're working that more than they're working their offense, are they not? Yeah, you got to shoot that on boundary. You've got a long trail, and that's why you got to see which way he's going. I think you're doing a great job, but don't sell out on those fucking gaps. That's right, just believe it.
West Coast Conference basketball is brought to you in part by Geico, saving you money on car insurance, and by the W.TV, all the action, anytime, anywhere. What was a tie game at halftime, now a 6-point lead for LMU. Santa Clara hasn't made a basket this half, and this is a pretty important game for Mike Dunlap's team. They haven't won a conference game this year. They have Gonzaga coming up. You can see the schedule. But how important is it just mentally to get that first conference win?
Yeah, it is big time because it can take the pressure off. Then you look at them at Portland, who's been playing well. Both of those games are on the road. Then you face another this Santa Clara team who is going to probably play well at their place. And then, of course, up in Stockton, California, the University of Pacific, my friend Damon Stoudemire has got them trying to do some things. So Loyola, you want to get that first win, get the monkey off your back, and get going.
And Mania at the line, trying to make it 2 for 2, and he does.
Look at Mania with the touch.
Which is pretty good for a 53% free throw shooter.
Exactly where I was going, Dan. Well, he's better than 40. Now, you see him, and then you look at Croc, and you're saying 40, and you shoot the 3 ball like that. Sometimes it's mental.
Here's Manuel, little baby hook.
You can see Manuel has a lot of potential. I mean, you've seen him shoot the 3 ball. He's got a little bit of something. You got to start working on the mastering to put it all together.
Still a baby in the whole scheme of things.
Yes.
A lot of room to grow for Manuel. Uber athletic. (35-31), drops it off to Mania, down low, he's fouled.
This is a way that you can get back in the game. How do you do that? You score with the clock stopped at the free throw line. Brownridge comes off again, pocket pass. Don't settle for it. Into Mania, take him to the basket. Foul at the stripe for 2.
Foul on Matthias Markison. He said, I was just straight up, had my hands up. What do you mean it was a foul?
Yeah, but a little pelvic thrust will get him to the line. You're showing it up top, but you're doing it down low. Now we see the 50% comes out.
I'm glad you said it. I was thinking it. We've seen the big guys at every level.
Yeah.
Trouble.
Oh boy.
That's pretty good. 3 for 4 so far for Endemani.
Well, he wears his percentage on his jersey.
That he does.
Moving the ball from side to side, a lot of patience, running the shot clock down.
Markison tries a little up and under. He can't catch anything.
Yeah, that was good defense by Endemania, standing his ground, making sure that you don't give up an inch.
Here's Fagan and Kraft, those two of the primary offensive weapons. But Endemania looked like he may have gotten fouled, but he stayed with that one. Strong move from the big fella.
Yes, and just that quick, Santa Clara is back in the ball game. Brownridge not playing that well. KJ hasn't even got back into the game this season. So this goes well for Santa Clara.
Good passing down low, Amayo to Markison, and it's once again a 3-point lead for LMU.
Little wheel action by Santa Clara. If I go high, you go low.
Kratz with a ball fake, likes that move, spins down low, gets that left-handed hook shot to go.
He has some talent, man. Shoots the 3 ball, puts it on the floor. Nice spin move, touch. Beautifully done.
13 points for Kratz so far. Foul called on the big fella. I think he got a piece of Jared Brownridge there.
Little pump, little spin, jump stop, left hand, nothing but nice.
Senior forward from Watertown, Minnesota, does a little bit of everything.
Ice fishing?
You know what? I worked in Minnesota. Everybody ice fishes in Minnesota.
I don't know about that, man. Coach Dave Yeager for the Sacramento Kings here in Minnesota. We give him a bad time all the time about ice fishing.
Brandon Brown gets that one to go. Some of my first stories as a young reporter were ice fishing.
Oh, boy.
I'm glad they were back then.
Yes, I'm going to have to look it up. Good defense by Brown. He does it all, man. He drops dimes, he pushes the tempo as you see right here. Nice rotation. He deserved that one.
That's one of the things he does best, that little change of pace. Fagan goes baseline, up and under.
And that Dan, I'm sorry, that right there is why I said Santa Clara is in this, because we've seen KJ in the first half was very explosive, got going, hasn't been that way in the second half, but you never know.
Mayo gets the three to fall.
Oh, Mayo.
And that's a big, big basket for Loyola Marymount, back up to a 3-point lead. They call these guys the cardiac kids because every game they play seems to be close for some reason. It's Cratch again in the paint, tosses it up there. Cratch with 15 points now.
Man, you know, lefties always give a little love because it's odd playing against them.
How about that? Jovanovic on the finish. Brown on that little pocket pass that you love so much.
You know, Jovanovic, he said 60, Doug and Dan, not so much. By the end of the day, I think he'll be up to about 65%.
Andy Mania thought about the dunk, just got the easy two. 42-43, back to a 1-point game. 11:28 to go in the second half here at Loyola Marymount.
Back and forth, I'm liking it.
Lmu patient on offense, Amy off the mark. There's Fagan, wisely decides to pull it out. He had a 1-on-2. And they call the blocking foul on Brown.
Yeah, Fagan puts pressure on you. A little probe, comes back out, pick and roll, foul call.
Stefan Jovanovic getting it done for Loyola Marymount as they are up by 1. Welcome back to Loyola Marymount. The Lions up by 1 over Santa Clara. The fans having a good time.
Oh, yeah.
It is a tight ball game the whole way, and Stefan Jovanovic, one of the main reasons that LMU is in this. He's the leading scorer with 10 points, 5 of 7 from the field, Doug.
Oh, pump fake, put it on the floor, kiss off the glass. I like that right there. Patience, nice little move. For a big fella, using the glass is big time. Spin move, nice touch around the basket. I believe he is 5 for 7. Forget 60%. If my math is correct, that would be 71% today. He is doing big things.
How about that Pepperdine education right off the top of your head? That's
that
amazing.
Was not off top. That would be called iPhone app in our break. I'm not fronting.
Isn't it amazing what we can do with the iPhone compared to when you and I were growing up? It's all there.
Counting on my fingers otherwise.
Heck, you can watch this game on your iPhone. Just download the WCC app.
Look at you. Well played, sir.
Brown Ridge on the miss. Here comes LMU. 2-2 currently with the ball. Kind of playing 2 point guards a lot of this game is LMU.
And that is good because you can better with the turnovers and you can push the tempo. And the percentage continues to go up.
Yeah, Jovanovic again now has 12 points in the game. Fagan being aggressive, just puts that shoulder down and goes to the hole.
We see Jovanovic right here with the catch. I like his patience. When I say patience, if you look at that right there, he catches it, he looks at the feet of the defender, then looks up, bang, knocks it down.
So many times young players just tend to hurry, don't they?
Yes, yep. Coach Wood, hurry, but don't rush.
McClendon with the steal. Cratch called for the foul. Probably a wise play there. McClendon would have been unimpeded going to the basket.
Yes, you see right here. Aaron pass, good hands, and then a little bump. What do you say, 1st and 10?
Yeah. Let's go, baby. McClendon from Pasadena. Jovanovic again. He might have a little hook check here. Somebody lost a shoe. Right about the free throw line.
Oh, give him the ball and put that guy on skates, and they did.
Drop
Look
it
at that.
down. Jovanovic again. That's Healy putting his shoe back on right now. Referee calls a timeout, gives him a chance to put it on.
Yeah, Healy loses his shoe. They attack Healy, drop a dime. Nice finish. Where's he at here? Let's see, Healy up right out of your kick. Oh boy, I've had a flat tire or two myself.
That's not a good feeling when you're playing with one shoe.
Socks and wood don't really go well together.
Especially sweaty socks.
Yes.
And Kai Healy from Australia getting the start for Santa Clara today. They're a little bit shorthanded playing without Jarvis Pugh, their most athletic player, and Matt Hauser, one of their better three-point shooters. So as we mentioned earlier, Santa Clara playing basically with a 6-man rotation. So it's actually kind of surprising they're only down by 5 right now.
If LMU chooses to go to a zone now that they have a little lead, they're going to make Santa Clara prove it. Very wisely done by LMU. With Brown Ridge not shooting well and Crotch and KJ Fagan haven't hit shots in the second half, somebody's going to have to make a shot to get a steal here.
There's Healy over to Fagan. Fagan thought he had an easy layup. That was initially blocked, but Healy was trailing and he gets the 2 points.
That was beautiful. Never give up on the play. I like it. Kelvin Mike.
2-2 off the mark. Here comes Fagan. Nice pass down to Cratch, who throws it down. There is no give up in this Broncos team.
I tell you, you think all of a sudden Loyola Marymount might run away and hide. Santa Clara gets their hands on balls, gets out in the open court, and it is beautiful stuff.
They decide to push it here. Fagan finds Cratch, who throws it down and makes it a 1-point ball game. Santa Clara hanging in there. So many injuries. 8:47 to go, and they're in this thing. 1-point ball game here at LMU. Nate Cratch has been doing a little bit of everything for Santa Clara, just filling it up. 17 points so far.
Well, Dan, one thing that he hasn't done is sit down on the bench. 29 minutes means he's played the whole game, and he's doing it big. 17 points, 8 rebounds, and he's got 3 helpers, left hand, and the jumper is beautiful. And then, not to be outdone, let me show you a little bit of athleticism while I throw it down.
Yeah, 3-year starter who can stretch the floor. How about this? For his family tree. His dad, Bob, won a Super Bowl with the Giants.
What?
His mom was a track star at Iowa, and his grandmother is in the Pro Basketball Hall of Fame.
Oh, man. He's got some work to do. That's what that says. But, yes, good lineage, and he's proven them all. Very proud, I'm sure.
Mile kicks it out to Brown. Santa Clara just wanting to keep this one close. LMU used to close ball games because they've had plenty of them this year. Here comes Santa Clara. Brownridge, who has the ball right now, has been quiet. Just 1 for 9 from the field, 3 points in the ball game. This is a guy who averages 18. He's thinking about doing it himself. A little runner. And they call an offensive foul.
Yeah, you know, Crouch was at the top of the key, wide open, and Brownridge was thinking, you said it spot on. I'm going to do it myself. A lot of dribbles. Most coaches, you want to move the ball instead of dribbling, but he's trying to find his way. Interestingly enough, Dan, you see LMU get a lead. You think they're going to run away. Santa Clara comes back. It's going to be interesting to see going down the stretch. If LMU starts to feel a little bit of pressure, we've seen Amayo miss the jumper in the corner. If that happens, this could be maybe a win for Santa Clara if they keep pushing it this way.
It would be a heck of a win on the road with the amount of injuries that they have. LMU really desperate early in the conference schedule, but they are sitting at 0-3. This is a home game against the underman team. It's 2-2, takes it to the rack.
I saw how you did that. 2-2 to the rack. I see you, big fella.
I do what I can, just trying to keep up with you, Doug Christie.
Good stuff.
4 points in the game for 2-2 as we have a 3-point ball game here at Thurston Pavilion. AJ Fagan looking down low to Cratch. Cratch sizing up Amayo. Left-handed hook shot. Got it.
Man, this kid's bringing it, man. You like what you see. Like I said, left-handed, it's a little different because normally in practice, you do drills right-handed. You close out on the right hand, on the block on the right-hander. So that little left hand just gives him a little bit of advantage, and he's knocking it down.
19 points for Cratch. As Brown and Amayo were trying to work the 2-man game. Shamar Johnson down low, it's staying here.
Shamar, football background, putting pressure with that big body.
Well, he knows how to use that big body, that's for sure. 6'7", 255. And here is Minas Tutu keeping it close. And this guy, 19 points in the game so far for Nate Cratch. It's on the jeans, my man. It's on the jeans. Welcome back to the Loyola Marymount campus. LMU up by 1 on Santa Clara. And as we mentioned a little bit earlier, they have yet to win a conference game this year. They've only played 3, but this is a team that has taken a positive step each and every season under Mike Dunlap. He's in his 3rd year here, and they want to get off the schneid a little bit. Just getting that first conference win under your belt against an undermanned Santa Clara team, really important for LMU today.
Yeah, because, I mean, not a great 7-7, 500 record, and so is Santa Clara, but 0-3 in league play. You got to find a way to get that first one. The Lions have been in many games. You know, they lose by 5, they lose by 1 at Pepperdine, but trying to find it. You get that monkey off your back. Once you do, some good things can happen.
Second chance points are huge for LMU. 6-0 when they have more second chance points. And this is a guy who gets a lot of it right here, working down low for Mark Johnson.
Oh boy, I will tell you, he puts in work. Great pivot work by Shamar down low. And LMU right now, 30 to 18 in points in the paint. This is where their bread is buttered, and he just takes his time, uses that big. Did you say 257?
257. You want to give him a couple more?
No, I'm going to say 257, but I'm thinking tight end when I'm looking at him right now.
You're thinking right. Tight end, defensive end in high schools. We said earlier, signed with Louisville originally. Certainly has that football body. And he kind of has, dare I say, that old man game down low. He takes his time.
Yes, that is well said, Dan. You see, when the guy uses his pivot in the paint like that, it's big time from the standpoint that the closer you get to the basket, the more hypersensitive the defense usually gets. And if you have the poise to use your pivot down there, usually good things will happen.
Well, not good things for Santa Clara as Emmanuel Ndumanya fouls out of the game. He's the starting center. As we mentioned earlier, they basically had a 6-man rotation. So right now they could be trying to go the rest of the way with 5. That's been a big problem for Ndumanya this year, are those fouls.
A lot of guys over there on the bench. I just think maybe a little bit of lack of trust.
Yeah, there's a few of them that are walk-ons and not many in the rotation. As we mentioned earlier, they're missing Jarvis Pugh, they're missing Matt Hauser, 2 of their top 5 leading scorers. Yeah,
and when you're missing that and you're able to come on the road and stay in a ball game the way Santa Clara Broncos are doing right now, it says a lot about the ball club. Now this right here, Dan, could be absolutely huge because for a scorer, just to watch the ball go through the basket can really change things for you. So if he knocks these 2 down, you never know. He might get it rolling.
Yeah, Brownridge has been quiet so far today. Just 1 for 9 in the field, and he sinks the first free throw. Watch live games and get scores, stats, news, and more. Download the free West Coast Conference app today from iTunes or Google Play. The all-new WCC app now available for Apple and Android tablets as well as smartphones. Brownridge gets both of them. 80% free throw shooter this season, so no surprise there. 52 to 50. Brownridge, perhaps that's what can get him going. Just 5 points in the game so far. He averages 18 on the season, the 11th leading scorer in conference history. Here's Johnson waiting for somebody to get open for LMU.
Most definitely, Dan, we said it. Let's keep our eye on him going down the stretch this last 550, see what he does.
Johnson gets his own rebound, kicks it back out, and they reset.
Man, that's good work down there by Johnson. Just staying active on the boards.
Oh, got his pocket picked by Fagan. Fagan pulls it back out, finds the big Jaderston.
He shoots that like he knows it.
He seemed to feel pretty good about it, didn't he?
I think that's the 3rd one we've seen him shoot, and you don't see Coach frowning. I mean, he thinks that, I can make it. So he's obviously put the work in and proven to Coach that I can knock it down. It's just not falling for him right now.
Sub coming.
All right, so we have a sub for LMU. Stephen Haney back in the game. Eric Johansson goes to the bench.
Sub.
There's 5:28 left in the game. LMU up by 2. And these two teams couldn't be more different in terms of players available. LMU normally plays about 10 guys. Right now, Santa Clara down to 5. Wow.
And bench points, 31-2 in favor of LMU, which is, you know, you're not bringing many players off the bench for Santa Clara, but just tells you what LMU is doing.
Johnson in the paint again. Nice rebound by McClendon.
Opportunities, 50-50 balls. McClendon grabs it, puts it right back in for two.
That's what we talked about earlier, those second chance points when LMU is hustling. They haven't lost. There's Fagan, making it look easy from the land of three.
Ooh, look at him, I see it. If him and Brownridge can get going, meaning KJ, this could be interesting as we go down the stretch.
Fagan had 13 in the first half. He has 18 in the game right now. LSU trying to go to work here. Jovanovic, right-handed baby hook, no good.
Fagan here, drive the paint, back up. Oh, you're not going to guard me? Ooh, twinkle the twine. Take three, please.
Calm and cool, no hurry there. Jeffrey McClendon at the line now for LMU.
No, Fagan has a poise about him. You can see it. And even to your point, Dan, in the first half, he comes out and he double figures in the first half. And then in the second half, he's not really just trying to go after it. He's going to take his time. And now to hit that shot, I'm sure that we're probably going to see him be a little bit more aggressive with 4:19 to go down the stretch.
Brownridge, who's had a quiet game, and Cratch, the two lone scholarship seniors on this team. They're getting a lot of help from the sophomore, KJ Fagan.
Fagan now with 4 fouls. Oh boy, Dan. Can you imagine who coach is going to go to over there? This will be interesting. He's going to have to, if you're LMU, you want to attack him and put pressure on the referee to maybe put that 5th foul on him.
Brownridge off the mark.
He's searching. He is searching in his socks, under every pillow. He is looking for that jumper that says, green light, go.
But what do you do when you're a shooter?
Keep shooting.
Exactly. Eventually it's shooting there, waiting for the foul call. Didn't come, but LMU gets the ball back. Haley with it now.
Good defense by Brownridge right there.
Johnson spinning, waiting, fighting, dropping it in.
He plays basketball like a football player, that's for sure.
And it's incredibly effective.
Yes, it is. Again, using the pivot on the interior and knocking down the bucket.
But you saw what he did earlier. He fouls Ndumanya out. So basically 5 players for Santa Clara. And here is the captain, Shamar Johnson, putting the Lions up by 4 once again as they look for their first win in WCC play this season. Welcome back. to the lovely campus of Loyola Marymount here in Los Angeles. LMU on top of Santa Clara, 57-53, 3:19 to go in the game. Shamar Johnson, the big power forward, doing it in the paint, doing it all over the place for LMU. 12.7 rebounds so far.
Man, I will tell you, he is doing work. 2 points early, but in the second half, coming with the lunch pail, delivering, getting fouled, powering up. You do not want to get in the way of those elbows, Dan. Bad things can happen, and I will tell you, he's got a nice soft touch because it's really hard to finish around the basketball hoop when someone's bumping you down low. Soft hands from Shamar, delivering, playing big-time basketball.
That he is, averaging just under 8 points per game on the season. 12 points so far tonight as it's 57-53. Santa Clara with the ball now.
This is the guy they're looking to get going. Brown
with the steal and the dunk.
Oh, my bio up top.
Santa Clara trying to keep this one close. Fagan can't get the three to fall. He's hit a couple of those tonight, but I can see this potentially slipping away as it's now a 6-point ball game. Remember, as we've said a couple of times now, basically just 5 guys available for Santa Clara. I know you see a lot of guys on the bench there, but a lot of them are walk-ons, and they're not normally in the rotation.
Man, that's like the Raiders and Connor Cook. Get in there. Figure it out, buddy. Yeah, I mean, if Fagan fouls out for Coach, he's going to have to throw somebody in, and whoever that's going to be for Coach Stendick, he's going to have to figure it out. But this Broncos team, they've been up to the task all day today. I don't expect them to give up. They're going to keep working.
Shamar Johnson always working. Yeah, maybe they have to find a freshman like Connor Cook, that rookie quarterback, doing some work for the Raiders.
Yes. I will tell you, I like the way Shamar Johnson takes his time, uses his pivot down there. It's just that time Mr. Crotch said, get that out of here.
Jovanovic blocked by Cratch. That's going to be a shot clock violation.
Okay, I was going to say, Cratch saying, don't come in here, man. I'm not playing around. 2 blocks back-to-back. Good defense by him. With 2:24 left and down 6 points, where will the Broncos go?
It's going to be interesting to see if they can stay patient. Been a quiet game for Jared Brownridge, the leading scorer on this team with just 5 points so far.
Interestingly enough, Dan, the KJ Fagan, Nate Cratch pick and roll, the Broncos have kind of went away from that.
Jaderston off the mark. With 1:53 left, Kelvin Amayo and company probably not going to be in a big hurry.
No, not at all. And you know, Coach Dunlap's over there going, Jonas, take your time, take your time. We got a W here if you take your time.
That's what you can't afford.
Yeah. The one thing that you don't want is a turnover. I don't even care if it's a bad shot. Get a shot up, take some of the shot clock, as much of the shot clock as you possibly can, and the Lions turn it over right there.
You can see the angst there on Dunlap's face as Fagan drives to him. Basket scrapping for the ball down low. McClendon has it. He's fouled.
Yeah, Santa Clara is just, they're pushing a little bit right now, trying to get into the paint. Something that was really big for them early, the Nate Cratch, KJ Fagan pick and roll. It seems at the top of the key they went away from it. They got some good looks, Fagan with the threes, Cratch with the threes, the pump fakes in the paint. Not so much in the second half.
Why do you do that? Is it defended better?
You know, I always say you keep milking that cow till it just goes dry, and if something's working, you keep going back to it. I'm not really sure why they went away from it this half. Trying to get Brownridge going, maybe, not really sure.
McClendon misses the front end of the 1-and-1. Santa Clara has a couple of scores on the floor. This man being one up to KJ Fagan. You talked about the screen and roll, the pick and roll. There's Fagan and Cratch. Cratch with the ball now. Back out to Fagan for 3. That's short.
Yeah, but that's the 2-man game that they have to go to. What happens if they switch? You get a mismatch, a big on small, and they just didn't take advantage of it that time.
Mike Dunlap calls for the timeout. Still a 6-point ball game with just under 54 seconds to go. That is 54 seconds until possibly Loyola Marymount's first conference win of the season.
This is possible. I know right now Coach Dunlap is over there saying, look, guys, that what happened last time down the floor with the turnover can't happen. 24 seconds left on the shot clock, 53.9 left in the game. Take care of the basketball. Take your time. Take as much of the shot clock as you can possibly take up before you get a shot off.
Running diamond. Eric, you're setting a pick for Show. That's you, Show. Brandon Brown, you're taking.
Let's take a quick look at our Geico Defensive Player of the Game. Kelvin Amayo with the steal and the dunk for LMU. 54 seconds away from their first conference win of the year, potentially. It ain't over until it's over, Doug Christie.
You know that. The fat lady has to sing, and she hasn't sung yet. And I will tell you, Amayo throwing it down, man. He just, you know, and when you look at that, trying to get the ball to Brownridge. Coach Carrill, my coach at the Kings, used to tell me all the time, Doug, read the guy in front of you. He'll tell you what to do. Right there, he told you, don't pass the ball to Brownridge. They did it anyway, and a steal.
Well, Santa Clara has not scored a basket in the last 4:23 of this game. They have missed their last 5 field goal attempts. So, as well as Nate Cratch has been playing and KJ Fagan has been shooting, they haven't been able to get anything going in about the last 4.5 minutes of this game. They need a big stop here on LMU with under 54 seconds to go.
Even better yet, 4 minutes and 23 seconds, you only get 5 shots off. Ooh. Gotta get him up.
That's a foul on Healy, so Brown goes to the line. Chance to add to that 6-point lead.
These are important because you want to continue to score. You know the clock is stopped. It puts more pressure on Santa Clara going the other way. And ultimately, they're going to know that they can't shoot 2s to get back in this game. They're going to have to shoot 3s. Now, if you can defend them and rebound and knock down your free throws, that sounds easy, of course. You get a W.
Well, this has been the Achilles heel the last couple of games for the Lions. Mike Dunlap told me before the game, we have to make our free throws. We have a lot of good shooters on this team, but if we're going to win, we have to make free throws. We get 2 of them right there from their leading scorer, Brandon Brown.
Yeah, you know, Dan, we talked about before the game, that was almost one of our keys to the game, and it's interestingly enough one of the keys to them getting the victory today.
Here's Fagan. 41 seconds left. They need to get up a couple of shots in a hurry. Healy driving to the basket. Calling for a walk. Fagan from deep gets the 3.
Big 3. Nice drive in by Healy. Uses his jump stop. Uses his pivot. Nice kick out. Ready to shoot the ball. KJ Fagan, bang, knocks down the big 3 as we look at it right here. He shoots that one from Marina Del Rey. Bucket.
He got it. 21 points for Fagan, the kid who went to Long Beach Poly High School. One off his season high at 22 against the University of San Francisco earlier in the season. He's really kept him in it.
Yes. You know, we talked about it just a little while ago. For whatever reason, the Nate Cratch, KJ Fagan pick and roll, they go away from it, and those are the only 2 that are doing anything today. And when you got something going, what is the object? The object is to win. Don't worry about people's feelings, anything. Just make sure that you get the W. Don't know why they went away from it, but I'm sure LMU and Coach Dunlap is over there, Cheshire Cat smiling.
33 seconds to go. It's a 5-point ball game. LMU salivating for their first conference win of the season. You got a foul right away here, Doug, huh?
Yes, sir. Go for the steal and the foul at the same time.
And there is the foul. Eric Johansson going to go to the line. Probably the only guy who can't foul is KJ Fagan, since I believe he has 4. Which is why they put Evan Crawford in the game for a moment here.
Yes, now I thought the ref was going to take the ball away from him, but now big-time stuff from LMU. Can you knock down your free throw? Bang.
They got it. Johansson, a 66% free throw shooter this year, the freshman guard out of Sweden. Part of a little Swedish pipeline that they're trying to cultivate here at LMU. Two players who have been part of the Swedish national team, and Matthias Markinsson. Johansson gets both of them. 63-56, 32.6 seconds to go.
Coach, that's very well done, young fella. Come in, do your job, knock him down.
This is Fagan. Kratz with a pick to steal the McClendon. Fagan does all he can do, and that might be it for him.
Cookies! Oh boy, very nice defense from McClendon. You know, you're pushing it if you're KJ Fagan. You're trying to do everything that you can, but right here, great defense. Little reach in by McClendon, going the other way, and again, knock down the free throws, secure the W.
Jeffrey McClendon with a chance to probably ice this up for LMU. Good defensive play from the young man out of Pasadena. LMU been close in so many games this year. They've done a great job outscoring their opponents in the paint. They've had a lot of tough losses. They dropped 4 out of 5. 3 of them to really good teams. St. Mary's, nationally ranked, BYU, UT Arlington. They're on their way to getting their first win of the season, climbing up in the West Coast Conference standings.
Well, they lose to number 19 St. Mary's by 8 points, to BYU by 5 points, and those are 2 really good ball clubs. And then at Pepperdine by 1 point, and that means we're in the games, guys. That's what Coach is telling them. Coach Dunlap is saying, we're in the games. These are the critical things that we have to do. He mentioned free throws to you. You see the turnover, just little tiny things. And now I'm sure that the things that he's been saying, he's going to drive them home now once you get a W.
Well, they're not used to this. They've had so many close games lately. 4 of their last 7 decided by 1 point or less. As the ball goes out of bounds, it stays with Santa Clara. Dubbed the Cardiac Lions this year because 8 of their last 11 decided in the final 10 seconds.
Yes, Brown Ridge is just having one tough ball game. The Lions have been draped all over him all day long. Just a struggle for a guy who's normally really good on the offensive end.
Yeah, Brown Ridge had a chance. He needed 9 points to tie Bo Kimball on the all-time scoring list in terms of West Coast Conference players, and he's just 1 for 10 today. 5 points in the game for Brown Ridge.
Well, I would probably say that the Lions are thinking, not in our house, not today, not in Hank's house. Interestingly enough, you and I said before the game, will he probably get that pregame? We're chatting, and we're thinking, yeah, he probably will be able to move in front of Bo as we see him there. And if he continues on the pace that he was on, 18 points a game, or maybe even a little less, he has a possibility to probably get up into that top 5, you think?
Yeah, pretty good company there on this list. Hank Gathers, Tyler Hawes, Bill Cartwright, Bo Kimball, Jared Brownridge. What a career it has been for this young man, the senior guard out of Aurora, Illinois. But it's been a tough stretch the last couple of games. He had just 8 points in their last game, which was a huge win over Portland, 70-42 for Santa Clara. They won 2 conference games in a row at home. They're currently sitting at 2-1 in the conference. Brownridge, I think, realizes that this one is pretty close to over unless we have a miracle, a Reggie Miller type miracle, right? 9 points in 19
I was sitting on the bench watch it that game. It hurt really bad. I want you to know that.
Oh, you were on the wrong end of that
Yes,
one.
I was on the wrong end.
I'm sorry to bring that up.
That is okay. But you know what happens with the scorer like Brown Ridge? You and I are going to look, I would say, in the paper, but we don't use paper anymore. We're going to look on the internet, and all of a sudden we'll see his next game, and he'll drop 35 or something. You know, because he is a really good scorer. He knocks down shots. He scores he can put pressure on the defense. And once he gets going, the defense gets running at him, and he ends up at the free throw line, and he will definitely knock those down as well.
Matthias Markussen misses the first.
Matthias Markussen is a big man.
7'1", 240 from Stockholm, Sweden. We talked about that Swedish connection.
Yes, from Sweden with love.
Gets the second one to fall, so it's now a 10-point ball. This point, Brownridge is just going to pull the trigger, and why not? Might get one more chance.
Well, good to see Coach Dunlap and LMU get off the schneid. We will watch them as they go through WCC play, but it's going to be tough. Some good teams in the WCC. We mentioned Gonzaga, obviously, St. Mary's. Portland is playing better. So, and then BYU.
And that is it. 66-56.